Hello there, this is Matthew, artist, author, and commentator. And these are my offhand remarks on the Star Wars Episode 9 casting announcement. So I saw this come through on Twitter, and then a video popped up maybe a half hour to an hour later, and I went ahead and watched it, and it was basically Andy Gutierrez of the Star Wars show and, general Lucasfilm employee. I don't know what else she does there, but anyway, reading through the announcement, but the order was a little bit different. It was packaged a little better, and I was a little bit worried about how exactly they were going to say what they had to say, which is big news, which is, it's not really, I don't know if it counts as a spoiler or not, but I'll just go ahead and give a spoiler alert here, watch out, although I'm sure you already heard. I was waiting for it to get cringy or to be uncomfortable, but they handled it in a really classy way. They announced, normal Last Jedi people that were coming back, including Billy Lord's character, Connix, who had a stepped-up role in Last Jedi over The Force Awakens. And Billy Lord, I don't know if I already said this, is Carrie Fisher's daughter. And according to a statement from J.J. Abrams, both in the article that I have on the screen here, and also that Gutierrez pointed out on the Star Wars show breaking news alert thing, she's she's Carrie Fisher's daughter, and she is, working alongside Leia in the Resistance, and she agreed. I don't know if she was the sole agreeer, or if her uncle agreed as well, or what the legal situation is with the Lord/Fisher family. Anyway, I don't know any of their family history, but the important part, or the most crucial thing, is that Leia will appear in Star Wars Episode 9, whatever it's called, I don't know. But anyway, she will appear, and Abrams in his statement said that they'll be using footage that they recorded together. I don't know if that's him and her, or if he means like the crew, or him, her, and Billy Lord's Connix character, or what that means specifically. But he was saying, we weren't going to do CGI, we weren't going to recast, but we want to give her a fitting ending in Episode 9 in the movie on screen. And I don't think that means that somehow we're going to get a death scene. I think we're going to get a goodbye scene with Leia, and that should be pretty interesting. I'm really interested in what's going to happen. Right around the time No, I found out about... Wait a minute. Does this timeline work out? I don't know how the time works out, but as I recall, I heard about Carrie Fisher's death right before I went to go see Rogue One, and I went to go see Rogue One a little bit late, like a week after it had come out, and I had the flu, and I was super emotional, and all these things made me cry in the movie. I didn't even know, I'm not even sure I knew there was going to be the CG young Leia at the end of it, but like I said, I was in a really emotional, frail state, so all the dad-daughter stuff between whatever his name is and Stardust really got to me. And anyway, about seeing Leia again, about seeing Carrie Fisher again in Episode 9. I don't know that I'm happy about it. I mean, it's a good thing, I think, overall. It's just, it's going to be weird. I mean, it's going to be as weird as it was for me to see young CG Leia I think it'll almost feel as fresh, It's going to be really interesting. And for me, I had so much tension going into actually watching The Last Jedi. There were announcements that they didn't change anything, and I wanted to believe them, because why not? But I thought, maybe they should kill her in this movie, if they could recut something to kill her. And there were 3 opportunities probably where they could have killed off the character of Leia, and they all would have made sense to me. And I love the Space Leia scene. What is it? Leia Poppins? People have different stupid names for it. But I loved it. I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was so cool. Somebody pointed out, Brian Young from the Full of Sith podcast, I think I heard him mention this, that she actually cuts through a holo display of Snoke's Supreme Pizza Wedge thingy that Holdo ends up cutting through at the end of the movie, or towards the end when Holdo dies. And I was I didn't notice that, but I was waiting for them to switch at the end and Leia to be like, no, Holdo, you take this, I got it, or like something, you know. But it never happened, and I thought it was so strange knowing that this was her last performance. But, you know, overall I was really glad because, you know, I've mentioned before that I really, really like Star Wars, and as much as I do love the prequels, and I really, really, really enjoy watching them, the prequels failed to capture the magic of the trio of Han, Luke, and Leia, and I felt like the trio of Han, Luke, and Leia was like a legit thing. It's not just something people made up afterwards. I think you can feel it in A New Hope. And even though they're apart, you can feel it in Empire too. I mean, the deep bond between Han and Luke, the deep bond between Han and Leia, and the burgeoning romance, there, like, it all works there. And then there's still the tension between them when Han thinks that Leia has made up her mind about choosing between him and Luke, and that she's definitely going with Luke. And it's just, I don't know, like the three of them, and she gets lost on Endor, and you know, Han and Luke meet back up, and he's, where's Leia? Oh, I thought she would have made it back to you. And you can tell how upset they are, and it's cool because like there's a vibrant living dynamic between the three of them from the moment that Han, you know, Luke says, hey, we got to go save the princess, it's gonna be great. So anyway, I was saddened that we never got to see the three of them back together. I've heard people's arguments about that in The Force Awakens, that it would have been bad. But I'm so happy that Luke and Leia got their moments together in Last Jedi, and the fact that Luke was going to be sacrificing his life, and of course Johnson knew that, and you know, it's a movie, so you know, fictionally, in the real world, it was known what was happening. It just felt like such a beautiful goodbye, and I wonder how the non-goodbye goodbye to Carrie Fisher will be, because I'm sure that when they were filming for Force Awakens in 2014 or whatever it was, that they weren't thinking about it in that mindset. And you know what, maybe that'll actually be better. And who knows, maybe they'll recut a bunch of stuff. Maybe, I mean, they didn't say they would they said they wouldn't do a CG Leia, but they didn't say that they wouldn't like composite Carrie Fisher, you know, the way they had her filmed in with other stuff to make, you know, whatever scenes work that they need to work. And I'm just really fascinated by the fact that they're doing this. I think it's a good decision ultimately. And I don't know if I want Leia to die in Episode 9. Like, I kind of think it makes sense to do that, but it kind of makes sense to not do it either. It's probably best to leave the storytelling options open, but I think hopefully they'll do this. They can have her live through Episode 9, have her be away from the conflict for some reason, the main conflict, and perhaps what they can do is have Leia die in a novel written by Claudia Gray. If you're not familiar with this channel, and if I haven't gotten up the other videos mentioning Claudia Gray's greatness, I would like to take a moment right now and say Claudia Gray is a spectacular author, at least in her couple Star Wars books, and I would love more of her input on Leia. And I think if they gave her the clearance to handle Leia's death and like the fallout from that in a novel, it would be really amazing. It would be beautiful. It would be moving. It would be all sorts of great things. And it doesn't need to be some, I think the term is maudlin for like overly emotional and sappy. It doesn't need to be like that. And I don't think it would need to be. It would just need to have an emotional impact. And I really feel like Claudia Gray could deliver that. And I'd be very pleased with that. Anyway, I'm basically running out of things to say, and I don't want to ramble, so I'm going to get going. Before I leave, I do have one question I want to ask, and you can leave a comment about it, or contact me some other way. What do you think should be done with Leia in Episode 9? Do you think she should die? Do you think she should be left alive? If you're familiar with Claudia Gray, do you think that's a great idea? I sure think it is. Anyway, I've kind of come up with a canned ending, closing statement thing to make it cleaner. And I know by introducing this now, it's less clean, but I just wanted to, I don't know, put that out there, I guess. So you can expect to hear this a lot. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you can watch every episode as it becomes available. Thank you so much for your time. If you enjoy my work, please give it a like and share it. If you'd like to chat, hit me up in the comments or tweet me at RC_moon, spelled M-U-N, not M-O-O-N. Anyway, be well, and remember, don't curse that darkness. Shine your light. Until next time.